Everyone has a secret. But not every secret was meant to stay buried. Welcome to the confession chamber. I have carried this secret for 6 months, but the truth started dying inside me long before the child was born. Every time I look at that baby, I see my own blood in my brother's arms. I am 42 years old. I live in Canada. I am not a young man who can blame foolishness or confusion. I am old enough to know right from wrong, old enough to understand family, loyalty, marriage, and betrayal. And still, I failed. My brother is 45. He is my real brother. Same mother, same father, same childhood, same struggles. He is not just a relative I see once in a while. He is my blood, the kind of brother who has stood by me in ways I cannot even explain, without feeling ashamed. That is what makes this confession so heavy. Because the woman who gave birth 6 months ago, my brother's wife, gave birth to my son. My brother does not know. He believes that child is his. And sometimes, when I see him holding the baby, smiling like his life has finally become complete, I feel something break inside me that I cannot repair. This did not happen because I hated my brother. It did not happen because I planned to take his wife. It did not happen because I wanted to destroy his marriage. But maybe that is the worst part. Because sometimes the worst things we do are not done with a plan. They begin quietly, slowly. In small moments, we tell ourselves, do not matter. I was going through a difficult season in my life. I had lost stability, financially, emotionally, mentally. Everything was falling apart. My brother opened his door for me. He told me to stay with them for a while, until I found my feet again. That house was supposed to be a shelter. Instead, it became the place where I destroyed the trust of the one man who trusted me most. At first, nothing was wrong. His wife treated me with respect. She cooked, asked if I had eaten, checked on me when I looked stressed. My brother worked long hours, sometimes leaving very early and coming back tired. I was at home more often than him. That is where the danger started. Not in one big temptation, but in availability. We were in the same house, same kitchen, same living room. Sometimes late nights when my brother was asleep or still outside working, she and I would talk. At first, it was normal talk. Family, bills, life in Canada. How lonely the country can feel even when you are surrounded by people. She said marriage was not always what people thought it was. I said life had humbled me. We laughed sometimes. Then we started understanding each other in a way we should not have allowed. There were moments when I knew I should walk away. I knew I should go to my room. I knew I should stop answering certain questions. But there is a dangerous comfort in being seen when you feel broken. She made me feel less like a failure. And I think I made her feel less alone. That does not excuse anything. It only explains the weakness that opened the door. The first time it happened, we both acted like it was a mistake. We were quiet afterward. She cried. I sat on the edge of the bed, feeling like I had left my body. I remember thinking, What have I done? But the truth is, we did not stop. That is what makes me hate myself most. A mistake can happen once, but when you repeat it, it becomes a choice, even if you cry after, even if you pray after, even if you promise yourself never again. We kept crossing the line. And every time my brother came home, I looked him in the face and pretended to be the same brother he trusted. I ate his food. I slept under his roof. I smiled at him. And behind his back, I was betraying him in the worst way a brother can. When she told me she was pregnant, my whole body went cold. I asked her if she was sure. She looked at me and said, "It's yours." I wanted to deny it, not because I didn't believe her, but because believing her meant my life had changed forever. She said my brother would believe the baby was his. Their marriage had not completely stopped physically, so there was enough room for the lie to live. And that is exactly what happened. My brother was happy. He thanked God. He called family. He started preparing like a proud father. And I stood there like a ghost, watching another man celebrate my child. No, not another man. My brother. That is the part I cannot escape. When the baby was born, I told myself I would stay away emotionally. I told myself I would not look too deeply. I told myself I had no right. But the first time I saw him, something inside me collapsed. He had my eyes. Not exactly, but enough. A small look, a small expression, a quiet connection I felt before I wanted to feel it. My brother held him and said, "Look at my son." I almost cried, not from happiness, from punishment, because that sentence followed me home. It followed me into sleep. It followed me into every quiet moment. My son. But he is mine, and he is also not mine. That is the prison I live in now. The baby is 6 months old. My brother believes he is raising his own child. His wife knows the truth. I know the truth. And this innocent child knows nothing. Sometimes I visit, and the baby reaches for me. He smiles at me in a way that makes my chest hurt. My brother laughs and says he likes his uncle. His uncle. That word cuts me every time. I want to hold him longer, but I feel guilty. I want to kiss his forehead, but I feel like a thief. I want to be near him, but I know every second close to him is built on betrayal. And still, I love him. That is the truth I cannot deny. I love that child. Not as an uncle, as a father. But what kind of father begins his child's life with a lie? And what kind of brother destroys another brother just to claim what is biologically his? This is where I am stuck. Part of me wants to reveal everything. I want to tell my brother